Hey everybody, it's me, Raymond the Comic Book Poser, and I'm here today to welcome you to Enter the Poserverse. I may sound a little under the weather, but if you check your weather report right now, it's about to be raining some grails, y'all. So to figure out what I got in a big old box of Fox and a sweet, dainty little mailer from Scratch Knot, you'll check it out after this.
You've got mail.
Alright, so I'm one of those people who, allergies kill me and my voice comes in and out, and it's very fun. Being a teacher who has to use their voice all day, every day, and then also being a content creator who uses their voice at night, that I'm too dumb to let it rest. So both of these packages have a story, and we'll start with the box from the Fox. So, Foxy had some duck races across the last couple of weeks, and I won not only my first duck race ever, but my first 2 duck races ever, and one of them was for a Pokemon ETB. That's not going to be in here. And another one is for a very, very, very specific Masters of the Universe Grail. So I'll show off the Funko items first, and then we'll crack into why there are comics in here in a second. But the first thing that I'm going to show off is probably the first and the only item of this kind that I will ever have in my collection. But item number 1 in this big old box of Fox is my very first LOUNGEFLY backpack. So one of the duck races that Fox ran was for a She-Ra LOUNGEFLY backpack and then a She-Ra pop that you're going to see in a second. And I think these were both exclusives to, I don't remember which con, and he picked up both of them. And the pop went to the winner, the backpack went to the loser. And the person who came in last was like, I don't collect these, y'all, so let's put together a trade. So shout out to Kumi, or Kumi Graham, who we fashioned a trade, and the moment that I was getting ready to send very specific things to Kumi for, I saw something that I knew I could snag on a Whatnot auction, and it looks like Kumi and I just about went grail for grail, and you'll see me unbox that before I send it to him. But thank you for the trade. These tiny backpacks are very interesting to me, and I'm just looking, I think, at all the stuffing and things in there, so I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with this yet. It will find a way to be displayed with all of my Motu stuff, but I'm excited to have that one. Now, the second item is the pop. The pop went to the winner of the duck race, and that was me. This was something that I saw dropping, and I was devastated that I just missed any shot at pre-ordering it for a reasonable price. And to win this, you know that if you ever see me sell this, it's because I ultimately hate Motu, or I'm in trouble with the internet troll mafia, and they've got legitimate dirt on me. But this is probably the most limited pop I think I own. No, second most. I looked over at my Box of Fun Freddy HR Puffin stuff, which is 1,000, but this is a 1 of 3,000 pieces. She-Ra from WonderCon. And it's in good old hard stack. And these two things just look excited. So I was very excited to win the pop. Very excited that I could trade in to getting the backpack. The other item that I picked up from Fox is some kind of Pokemon box. I did a duck race for an ETB, and you all know that I understand Pokemon less than I do Star Wars. And I was going to have him rip it, and I don't know anything about Pokemon. And then another good friend, Big Dog Dave, wanted interest in it. So Dave and Foxy and I worked out a trade where Dave was going to get my ETB and I was going to get maybe what might be the last Fox box, his comic scumscription service. So we'll see what's in here. And I already like the first one. It's the Pit #1 from Image. You all know that I'm collecting as many of these Image #1s that I can, not just for nostalgia, but little bits of heat are coming, especially with the Image 30, the anthology series that came out this week, that there's a lot of speculation that you might see some of these old 90s become relevant. Ooh. So, shout out to Comic CT who got me hooked on this kind of cover because when I drunkenly bought some Care Bears from AMKM and put up that one on a Whatnot auction, Comic CT let me know that he was a big follower of all of these. And it's another 25th anniversary Marvel, or 25th anniversary of the Fantastic Four, which then became the 25 years of Marvel celebration. So to get that of the Thing, who every time I talk about the Thing, I feel like the Thing is someone I should love. I just haven't found the right way to get there yet. Oh, we've got still in the poly bag, we've got X Factor number 86, and it's part 10 of the Executioner song. And I don't remember the cards that are in the back of this as well as I do #1, but in the back we've got, it almost looks like Hunter, but Hunter, Dark Riders. Okay, pretty cool. I don't know if they're all the same or they're all different. My Uncanny and my X Factor are in the black plastic ones right behind me, so I'll have to look for those. Number 4 is Ultimate Avengers #3. It's Mark Millar and then Carlos Pacheco. Oh, and it's the first Monica Chang as Widow. It's here on the back. And it's the first Swarm as Red Wasp. So, you know, the Widow's getting all kinds of love in this, and I'm starting to collect more of the Ultimate Avengers from the Ultimate Avengers versus X-Men. That's what got me interested in the Ultimate Avengers in particular. This next book excites me. It's from Bendis' run on the New Avengers. This is the first Venomized Wolverine. I knew that the moment I looked at it, and I had to use the cheating note on the background, but that cover's absolutely sexy. You all know I'm a huge Wolverine and X-Men collector, and something Venomized is going to play in with the other box we get here in a second. I like this one. Pestilence #1. This was one of the first slabs that I ever picked up, and it came in a mystery box from AMKM Comics. And I think I ended up putting that in a mystery box when I was trying to clear out some slabs, so I think Cole's got it now, and there's a good chance that I've tried to buy it back from him on Whatnot. We've got Eternals, the Heretic. I'm not reading a lot of the modern Eternals, but I'm laughing because it's the first appearance of Uranus. Sure, maybe that guy's name is Uranus, but Uranus is in a comic book for the first time. And the last one is SSB2 from Albatross. So I don't know a lot about this one, but I do. What is it? The Goon comics that come from Albatross that I like. Why can't I think of his name? I'm a fake fan. But that's at least a really cool cover. And I definitely feel like I'm going to get more play and love out of these than I would an ETB of Pokemon cards that I don't understand. So, great box, Fox. Dave, thank you so much for helping facilitate the trade with Fox. That was the easiest yes I could say. Ooh, I just spoiled something. The second package is going to be some heat because there's 2 big books in here. One of them I sold to Papa Wheelie at a steal because he is a bigger fan of this character than I am. And the second one that's in here that is massive is a book that I never thought I would own. So I visited Scratch Not, Umptyscratch's sales section of his website, and he was excited by some of the mailers that I've sent out with my Whatnot stuff or my mystery box, so I think this might be the world premiere of the Umptyscratch.net official polybag mailer. But huge thank you to Umpty that I picked up these books a while ago, and it's just taken me a hot minute to have the extra bit of money to pay him back, or I've splurged on other things and then cried in his direction about being a terrible person. But I finally paid him, and he was terrified to send some comics because he didn't have any Geminis at the moment. And I was like, look, just bubble wrap the shit out of them and they will be okay. Lots of bubble wrap, cardboard sandwich, and that will solve the USPS being a homer. So we had lots of bubble wrap, a cardboard sandwich, and then a padded envelope. So far so good. So I think there are 5 books in here in total. And Umpty was like, really, you only have to pay me for these 2. So there were a couple of books in here that he did give me a deal. Well, all of these books in here, he gave me a good deal on. And while the condition on some of them may be a little rough, I don't care because I'm not going to resell these. They're personal grails. So they're here for the long haul. So first we got, so I picked up some Web of Spider-Man, and I cannot remember why those are key, but they are very clean in a newsstand. These 2 I'll show together. I have very, very fond memories of not being able to watch this show at home because we didn't have cable for a while because, it lived in an area that it just took a while for them to get cable to. So my only access to MTV was when we would visit my grandma in Pennsylvania in the summers or in the winter. And either with my dad or with her, I would watch Beavis and Butthead. So to have Beavis and Butthead 1 and 2 is another fun thing. And I know that those books blew up and there was a lot of speculation, but this is one of those fun books that I knew I needed to have in my life. 2 more. And I'm just looking at the last one and I'm getting giddy. So here is another one, and I got my books confused, but I did sell this one to somebody else too, and now it's coming back to me. Sensational She-Hulk #1. I love this cover because she's holding the Savage She-Hulk #1, her first appearance, and has threatened to call the X-Men on you if you don't show up. That's in a newsstand, and it's beautiful. This one, I think, got spoiled for me, that I think I saw Umpty say that he threw this in because he knew I needed it. So thank you for that. But it's Wolverine #4 from the 1988 run. That one, I don't know why it's key, but I don't have it, and it's a newsstand in very good and pressable condition that, there's a little bit of spine wear on there, but I think a press and a clean could elevate that to an 8.5 or a 9, and I would be super happy with a book like that. And then there's the big boy. I never thought I would own this book, because to get it in fantastic condition, I would have to sell off probably everything behind me. That's too high, but it's a book that is only gonna climb. To get this book in a reader's copy, I've looked at it and been like, do I want to spend that much money on a book that is beat up? And when Umpty told me how much he would let this book go for, he was like, I don't know, let me send you some pictures that I think, it might be in rough condition, and I think you need a better camera, man, because this in person is, it's beautiful, and I think I need to send you a kidney or something in the mail, because I think I got away with highway robbery with what you asked for this book, because in person it's much more beautiful. It's a newsstand. It could use a little bit of a clean. A little bit of chipping on the front cover, and I can tell you that the pages are definitely off-white to cream. But I got one. After I got my Secret Wars 8, and then sold it, I was like, I'm not going to go down the black suit Spidey rabbit hole. And then when I picked up a 9.6 from the Cleavers at the end of the year, it's a 9.6 double signed certified CGC, because they didn't know you couldn't send signed books with a COA to CGC. So I picked it up, and I'll probably get it sent to CBCS and get it verified and get it in its proper gold label glory. So when I picked that back up, you heard me at the beginning of the year talk about how I thought ASM 300, which is the first Eddie Brock, the first Venom, and the final appearance for a while of the black suit Spider-Man. I never thought I would get one, and when Umpty had one up for the price that he had listed on Scratchnot, I was like, sight unseen, I will pay that much for it. But to see that it's in this good of a condition, that, the only thing that I think I'm really bad at in terms of grading is knowing how internal page color could affect the grade. But I mean, a press and a clean will do wonders to this. It'll make the cover pop. But I mean, just a little tiny dingy on the corner, but look at that spine. I mean, and then it's hard to tell on the edge of just some of that is, print or cut defect, because it's not a damage to the front. But I'm absolutely blown away. And I mean, to know the magnitude of how excited I am to have this book is also the level of excitement I am to have this limited edition She-Ra that I never thought I would be able to chase down, especially in a duck race. So, Foxy, thank you for being the amazing scumbag who hunts these things down and facilitates some ducks races. That I'm in love with these. I also think you did an amazing job with your Fox box back here, but I think now that you see what is set in front of it, you know how excited I am to have that. But you should check out everybody that I've mentioned in this video. Umptyscratch has started putting out his own videos now in addition to his website, umptyscratch.net, and follow him on Instagram. Right, we all know how to follow our, scumbag. You just see what's dropping at Target, and you'll magically run into him in New York City. But thank you, Big Dog Dave, for the trade for the books. Kumi, thank you so much for the trade for the Loungefly bag. Again, it's something that I never actively thought I would pursue, but when you're like, anybody want to trade for it? That I hope you enjoy the Grail that's headed your way, because you were in the auction when I was able to pick it up. So I appreciate it. I never thought I would have a 21-minute unboxing video. I'm sorry that I sound like crap, but I had to open these. I'm gonna hide this 300 for my kids. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. As always, y'all, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
You've got mail.